The city is yours! The city is yours! It's only 5-0! Are you f***ing sure? Oh, it's Carrick! You know, it's hard to believe it's not Skulls! Life is beautiful! Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo! Manchester United 2, Manchester City 0. We scored it twice against Pep Guardiola. Twice. I love my life. Being a Man United fan has been hard over the last 18 months. But you know what? Let us bathe in this pool of glory for the next week. Because, ladies and gentlemen, Michael Carrick is at the wheel. Now, listen. I know it's only one game and I need to keep my feet on the ground. I know. Okay? It's fair, right? But I saw something today with Man United which I never saw under Ruben Amorim. I never saw it. Which is a certain extent of freedom. With Ruben Amorim's strict 3-4-3 system, I always felt there was a sense of restriction when it came to the pattern of play. Michael Carrick saw this, figured it out, and absolutely nailed it. Because I could not recall anything dangerous happening in our box. Nothing. You know why? Because with Doku, with Semenyo, there were always two guys on him if need be. We were constantly pressing. We weren't constantly pressing, but we were using our players wisely, And then with Mbeumo's pace and with Ahmad's trickery, oh my days. What am I talking about? The best Manchester United performance I've seen in my lifetime. The most complete Manchester United performance I've seen in my lifetime. I mean, oh my days! We won the derby! And you know what? For all the arrogance you City fans showed, for all the arrogance for brushing us off, hold that, bitches, because Manchester is red! Manchester is red! For all the arrogance, and after all, after every result we've been through the last couple of years, this is a turning point. And as I say, for all the City fans who came in with such an arrogance that we would save their title hopes, screw you! And just like that, ladies and gentlemen, the red side, the home crowd of the Theatre of Dreams, is allowed to dream again. And you know what, Man City? I thought I'd never say this, but you know what our nickname is? The Red Devils. Yes, sir, the Red Devils. So, welcome to hell! Sorry, I despise Manchester City with all my heart and soul. Look. As I say, I know I can't get carried away. It's only one game, right? And I know the tackle, the Dalot tackle was dangerous, right? I know the Dalot tackle was very dangerous against Doku, but you know what I call that? Karma, ladies and gentlemen. And Man City fans, right? In case you don't know what karma is, it is something that happens to you after you've got away with so much crap the last so many years that it was insane. And all the City fans that say, "Oh, it was a career-ending injury. Oh my God, he killed him. But look, as I say, all I call that is karma, because I can name you 3 challenges, 3, where Man City should have got a red card, and it changed the whole complexion of the game and the whole complexion of the season, right? Doku's foot to McAllister's chest. Studs up. Okay? And then we've got Kovacic's 2 challenges from behind. And yet when that comes up, it's, oh, play the game, don't blame VAR. Oh my God, you're such idiot. And all of a sudden, now that we got away with a fairly brutal tackle, they're like, oh my God, why, what, oh my God, PGMO, help me out, lawyers, help me out, I'll pay you extra bit more money to help us out, we've got enough anyway. It's just very, very confusing to me, right? But then again, every 50-50 chance, right, that we had, right, every tackle, every barge, every, free kick chance we had, every time they shoved us over, it was not given. And every time we, went in for a tackle, every time we barged a bit, every time we, made attempts for the ball, then it was given to Man City. So, in that sense, yes, it evens it out. But I tell you what, lads, Brian Mbeumo, what a figure. What a signing this guy has been. What a signing, right? But I'll come back to Mbeumo in a bit, right? I want to, break down the performance from everybody, okay? So, let's start with Lamens. I felt sorry for him, because he had a really quiet day at the office, right? Really quiet day. And, yeah, his first taste of a Manchester derby, he had nothing to do. Nothing. Okay? Which was amazing, because he could just have taken a day off. We could have put, we could have put a cat in goal. It wouldn't have made a difference. Okay. So now we move on to Maguire. Harry Maguire, out of this world, absolutely class, absolutely amazing. Just pure class. Aiden Heaven, didn't really notice him much. Luke Shaw had a really good performance as well. Luke Shaw was really good. Casemiro absolutely bossing that midfield with Ballon d'Or winner Rodri. Ballon d'Or winner. Rodri, okay. You know what? Rodri was Casemiro's. Okay. Okay. And then we've got a young lad from Manchester who goes by the name of Kobe Mainoo. Welcome back, my son. Welcome back. Now you see what Kobe Mainoo is capable of. And now you see why I kept begging for Ruben to give him a chance. But he never did. But he proved all the haters wrong. Don't get me wrong. He's not got a clean slate with the stuff his brother did in December. But he's a Manchester lad. He's young. He can grow. And I believe he'll be one of the best midfielders in the world one day. Okay? Cunha coming off the bench as well. Amazing. Just a constant threat. Right? Always going at a player. Always, just doing Cunha stuff, It was so cool to watch. Patrick Dorgu. Patrick Dorgu is another one who has been building his form for the last few weeks and who has been able to crown it with a goal in the Manchester Derby. He has been so good in these attacking positions. So respect for Patrick, because he's been able to build something up. Hopefully we can carry the momentum. He can carry the momentum into the next games, right? Amad Diallo. Amad Diallo, for me, the man of the match. Because the guy was a constant threat. He was cutting through that side, man. He was cutting down that right-hand side. He had your boy Kusanov on skates. On skates! There was this one chance where he breaks away down the right? There are two guys on him. What does he do? Goes through them both. Hits the post. Just absolute class today. Brian Mbeumo. Wow. Brian Mbeumo just doing Brian Mbeumo things after coming back from AFCON. He left off just how he meant to start. Just absolute class. And Bruno Fernandes, our captain, back in his preferred role. Absolutely amazing. Absolute class. And he is by far one of the best, if not the second best, creative midfielder behind KDB in the last 10 years. Okay? And, lads, I'm just being honest. There's one more question I want to ask you guys. Where was Erling Haaland? Where was Erling Haaland? I didn't see him. I needed to file a missing persons report. And that's not the first time it's happened. I had to file a missing person report for Erling Haaland. Right? You know where he was? In Lisandro's pocket! The butcher pocketed him, He pocketed him further down than Mary Poppins' bag goes. He was drowning on service. He did absolute shit for 90 minutes. For 90 minutes, he did absolute screw all. All because he got absolutely owned by a disabled dwarf. As it was being pushed by the rival fans. Look, the bottom line of this is we beat City 2-0, which should have been 5-0 really, because we scored 3 offside goals, 3, right? And we absolutely battered City. Like, City had nothing to offer. Nothing. Okay? And I'm feeling very, very confident now under Michael Carrick. Look, as I say, I know it's only one game, but it was played with such a dominance that only Fergie reminds me of. I'm saying how it is. Like, if Alex Ferguson stands up and claps for you, you know something's gone down. You know. Okay? But the big question is, can we carry on this form? So, once again, hold that. Shut your mouth. Because Manchester is red! Manchester is red. 2-0 win. Let's go! So, ladies and gentlemen, that will be it for today's video. Don't forget to leave a like, subscribe to the channel, and turn on the post notifications. Hype the video, this, that, and the other. Life is beautiful, ladies and gentlemen. And without further ado, I'm gonna enjoy a lovely beer tonight. So, thanks very much for watching. I'm out.